skating boards, they can be expensive, so why not have a go at making your own? Normally I'd make skating boards on the spindle moulder and I'd use an auto feed to pull the board through, but with the right cutters you can also use a router table. I'm using the Trend WRT workshop router table. Now I have modified mine a little bit and I've got a video to that. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. But most of my cutters come from Trend and they've got a good selection. This is the one I'm going to be using today. And then I've got a modern Taurus design. And then there's another Taurus design. And a few others. Even you could do your own pencil round skating board just with a round over cutter. So Trend have got a really good selection of cutters. And even for skating boards they've got quite a few. So there's your 3 different Taurus mouldings. Then you've got, that's the one I'm going to be using today, and then the slightly simplified one. But yeah, I can highly recommend Trend cutters, they do an excellent job. So let's get making some skating board. So because the skating board I'm going to do is about 5 inches high, I'm putting an extra fence just as a bit more support, and just so I've got something to attach the featherboard to. And that just gets bolted on. And a little bit of candle wax. Just to help the board glide. The bigger the cutter, the slower the speed. This is a big cutter and it's going to take out a lot of material. So it's probably better to do it in 2 passes. And it'll be a cleaner cut as well if I do it in 2 passes. Just move the fence forward a little bit. Most skating boards are made out of MDF, which means you can go and buy a full sheet and rip it down and you'll get loads of length of skating. Now the best MDF to use is moisture resistant. Now I don't need moisture resistant for what I'm doing, so I've just got standard MDF and it's not a full sheet, but I only need these lengths, so that's fine. But if you haven't got a track saw or a table saw to rip the boards down, you can always ask them at the timber yard or your home centre. If you buy it from B&Q, they'll always cut it up for you. So just make sure you know what widths you need. And always wear a mask when you're cutting MDF. Now these ones from Base Camp are excellent. Now for the featherboard. The featherboard serves two purposes. One, it holds the piece down to the table so your moulding's nice and straight, and also because of the direction of the fingers it prevents kickback, so the piece will never be able to go that way. It'll always just go that way. So there's enough pressure on that to let it slide through easy, and I can't pull that back. So featherboard is working, it'll prevent kickback. Quite good there. But because I'm dealing with long boards, I'm going to use a couple of roller stands as well, just so it doesn't drop off or drop on. So safety first. Now I'll move the fence back to do the second pass, also known as the clean-up pass. So the first pass took the majority of the material out. The second pass just sort of cleans it up and does the final little bit. And there we have it, all the different skirting board mouldings I can do on the router table. So that's how you make skirting board on the router table. Dead easy to do, and it could save you a fortune. If you're doing a full house, you'll save an absolute fortune. Just remember, 2 coats of primer or undercoat and 2 coats of top coat. And always remember to coat the bottom edge and the back just to stop any moisture being absorbed into the MDF. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.